Okay, I'll just keep doing that as I go, but on the upper part of the leg, I always run a wrinkle from the knee up to kind of the hip, and that kind of is just the guiding force for all of it. Now right there at the knee, it's going to be real thin, so I'm waiting. I'll wait and do that. That'll be the very last thing I do, or close to the very last thing I do. I'll plan on that being the last thing I do, but then I'll see something and have to do a little work on that. And this again, I'm just putting in wrinkles, but it also skinnies up the leg. And this is why I went ahead and did all the face, so I won't be holding on to these knees and using pressure and end up, hopefully I won't break any of this. It is kind of tricky as you skinny it up. You sure don't want to break it, so you have to kind of watch that. Okay, I need to get the belt done, and that's going to be after I free the hands. So what I'm going to do now is look at these hands. Little finger needs to be smaller, and I don't mind it kind of sticking out a little bit. I think it gives it a good look. Ah, thank goodness that was a little finger. It nearly was too much, but I'll work with that. I'll keep that. I was just about to say be careful and don't break anything. I know I've got to get all these blue marks off. Just carving that in, and then having that one break, that'll make me cut these others where they should be. I'm going to draw them in first. I did think the hand was a little long. That's not the way I wanted to adjust it, but that is the way I adjusted it. And again, I'll use that. This is a number 7. Like I said earlier in those videos, okay, like working on these hands, the fingers. I'll use this one to kind of, this number 5 to cut across there. Give them a, it just adds something. It's a little bit more realistic shape. I'll probably finish that with a knife. I know I'll cut in between there with a knife. And I'm just working around trying to get everything I can cut down to the line before I cut it loose and set it free. There I'll go to a knife. And like for this little finger, I'll use that knife to just go in there and slim it up a little bit. And there it cut through and it's slimmed up. And I'll do this on these other fingers, and what I'll do is I'll just cut a line with this knife, and I'll go slow, but cut a line in there, and that'll be the divider. And then once you get that line in there, then you just kind of thin to it. And like these are going to be pretty thin, but I cut that line in first. It kind of gives you a stop cut, and also you can work on popping that wood out, and you kind of hear it. You know you're through there, so that's enough. And I also do it like in the segments, like I'll do this from the back of the hand. I'll do that first and then do that, because if you start out there at the end, you lose material, and then it's just easier to break. That's what I'm trying to say. Now this is cut through there good. Just a little more shaping of the hand. Get the thumb posed like I want it. Get these blue marks off. Pop that out with a little V-tool going between those knuckles. All right, so that kind of got that hand done. Then I'll use I'll go back in here with a knife on this little finger, and I'm supporting it. Well, no, I'm not. I'm going to use a chisel, but I'm supporting it with my finger. Hopefully keep it from breaking anymore. And I'll just keep working that down. And you can only, there's only so much detail you can put in there. And again, using my fingers to support these fingers, and I can see knife marks there where they've cut through, and I'm just kind of cleaning this out. And I am going to stick this through there so I can see, like you can see where that is cut through. Use that gouge to kind of set in where that knuckle is. And then I'll dig that out with a, well, let me see if I can dig it out with this chisel. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it's just taking small cuts and not even trying to pry any of that out. But I'm fixing to get in there and dig around with a knife, and all I'm going to do is dig around like that, but I'll be in front of it, so I'll turn it over this way where I can see. And I do think it's time to go ahead and just start cutting it away. Man, it's scary when you hear that crack and you think, oh no, it broke, but it's just the wood getting cut in there. Kind of leveling off that finger. I'm going to go back and look at the front of that. Yeah, I'm on track there. That's where that finger will go. Pop that out there, and I'll just go ahead and look, cut that. Here we are. Okay, so now we've got that hand relieved from the leg. And again, just holding, just taking tiny cuts and holding, supporting the fingers with your other hand. It's just a slow process. I'm gonna get in front of you and cut this out, then I'll show you. Okay, so there's the hand. I'll go a little bit more on that, but for right now I'm stopping. That's pretty much you can see there, and if you can see on the inside, that's the way it looks on the inside, and that'll need a little bit of cleaning, a little bit of adjusting, but that's the way the hand's gonna work. Look, I'll do the other one over here. Again, it's gonna be like it's holding something. May insert something in there later, I'm not sure. But I'll got to do that, got to put the belt on and add a few little details like the seam of the pants running up, and I'll show you how to do that next time.